Hey everybody, this is Esther with Urban Asset Protection, and I am joined with Ericka Williams. And then later, around the 15-minute ending mark of the show, we are going to have Monika Lamb, and she's going to bring in some excellent information too. So today is there's Monika. Hi. And so today is the all female, bringing you some game. Now, Ericka has a really good topic, and I want to put her on, let everybody see, and let everybody talk to her. So, Ericka, you can take us into the first segment.
Hey, everybody, this is Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. Also author of the Rise of the 1099 Economy. I noticed being in Texas that many people were in this mode of needing an extra $500, needing an extra $1,000 a month. And so I just watched and noticed and actually participated for over 2 years in Uber, Lyft, Instacart, in many ways that people could make an additional $500 to $1,000 income. But then I started to notice, did some people want a business or did some people want extra income? And the reason I say a business is, a lot of times people love the phrases and catchphrases of entrepreneur, they're a hustler. But really, a lot of times those hustlers are really people just in the gig economy. Now, the difference between the gig economy and having a business is systems. It's plain and simple systems. When you own your business or you're trying to escape from your job to a full-time business owner, the system you need in place is how to get leads, how to follow up, how to close out with cash. Then on top of closing out cash, where does the cash go? Is there a structure? Could you hire more people and scale up? These things are very important. And many people sometimes just get dropped on their butt. So they think, well, I might as well just go do gig economy. When if you have a little bit of skill, let's say you have a lawnmower and you have a truck, you could actually knock doors, especially in the summertime in Texas, which is like 6 months. Okay. Texas summer is like forever. And so grass is growing. And people, if you knock several doors, let's say your average is $50, but you have a really big yard, those are going to be closer to $100. It's easy for a person to get $150 a day, 30 days a month. So they're already at 5,000. Or they could get 50 a day. Let's say they work a full-time job and at night they're trying to grow their business. 50 a day times 30 days is 1,500. So there's ways to scale that up. There's ways to hire other people to help you grow your company. And people have to look at that. They have to decide, do I want complete freedom from a job? Am I just tired of the workforce? Am I tired of the rat race? Or do I just need some extra income? And so I think that's what we're going to talk about today and kind of see where you are and hope that this talk gets you some answers you need. Esther? You're mute.
I know, girl. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on with me? I didn't have a horrible day today, girl. So anyway, yeah, and actually, Monika, if you want to chime in, I know we were saying half the segment, but I'm seeing you on camera, so I feel bad about like segregating you. Come on into the show.
It's okay. It's cool.
Okay. Anytime you want to chime in, just feel free. But I really am passionate about the newfound knowledge on the Precariat Class. And so I know you and I were speaking of it, Ericka, and Monika too. So the Precariat Class is basically a new class of individuals who will never be able to buy a house. They'll never be able to get out of their student loan debt. They are not going to be like our parents and our grandparents, where they will retire with a full pension, of working on a position of 25 years. In fact, they're the complete opposite. They're the new class that's, like I said, not going to buy a home. They're apartment people. They're renters. They will never understand staying on the job. And so there's fear with this newfound classism, where individuals are saying, actual sociologists are going into depth, and they're saying that this class is dangerous. And they're dangerous because of the simple fact that they don't have what was considered once before, a sense of community. So when you have people who work together, you and Bob, I remember my dad always bringing, and he was self-employed, bringing his little crew home, and it was a community. You know, you celebrated the holidays, you celebrated, you know, if you don't celebrate holidays, they were still over for dinner. I remember going fishing with them and everything, but that's lost. So when you lose connection with people, they are saying it's a danger. And interestingly enough, this particular class is predominantly African Americans. You know, so it's affecting not only our economy or our sense of community and well-being, it's affecting our paychecks. So how can we turn that around? And I know specifically you can utilize Lyft, you know, you can utilize Uber, you can utilize Uber Eats. I was talking to someone today, and I want to do a whole series on the connections that you meet in Uber. You know, you can take Uber, you can have a fleet, and you can take that fleet and you can flip it out, and you can do all these other things. You can do the same. I'm not sure if you could do that with Lyft, but I know for a fact that you can do it with Uber. And so, you know, just knowing where the trends are going, where the needle is pointing, how can you come out of that, you know, in connection with the gig economy, and then knowing exactly where you fall. Are you in the gig economy? Are you not in the gig economy? You know, exactly where are you in life? So that's what I wanted to say, you know. And then just helping the audience today think of some other things, because if you want to stay in the gig economy, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? And still keep your job. And Monika, you are really good on talking to that. I am good on, you know, if you want to come out of that credit, yeah, but if you want to come out of it, I love credit, but if business. Yeah, business credit, yay. But I'm good too with working with those entrepreneurs if they want to scale up. But anyway,
yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ms. Ericka.
Oh, I was going to say, so the two things about the Precariat class that could be different is, example, when I went to college, a lot of people knew, they were like, I can't afford a mortgage. But they had a piece of paper that was a job offer for $50,000 a year. And, you know, and they would go and the bank would approve them, right? And immediately they would go run and get two friends and move them into the house. And those two friends would rent out the rooms, because that's what they would be living anyway. They would be renting houses with friends. They'd be in that roommate status. Mm-hmm. So some people have house hacked their way out of the Precariat class where they own a house, right? Or some people where there was a guy, No More Harvard Debt is his blog, and he had $91,000 in Harvard debt. And his whole thing was like, even though I'm an engineer, I just bought a house, I rent the rooms out, I have this huge debt, college student loan debt. So he was like a bicycle patty person, we call in Austin. They ride bicycles, but they have a little seat in the back where you can ride, you know, sit in behind them. It's like pedicabs. That's what we call them, pedicabs. And it was so interesting to follow his blog for a year, because it was focus and determination. Because there's a lot of people telling people they're going to die with their student loan debt. And that's the scary part, is when someone believes that, when they go, I'm going to die with this debt. And that to me is hopeless and not a good place to be. And another reason about the Precariat class, many generations before would join the army and, you know, do their 4 years and go on about their business, right? To pay off student loan debt. They did a survey and it showed that, like, the options were work jobs you hate, give up a kidney, military service. More people opted to give up a kidney than military service. And I think, you know, the wars have done that. I think there's so many jobs people don't even realize. You can be a dentist, a lawyer, you know, a nurse, a radiologist, all these skills that you can get from a quick 4-year tour and get your student loan debt paid off and be on with your life. Many Black people have retired from the military and government jobs that way. Many African Americans are reservists. So I think it's sad that part of Precariat class is deciding, like, when I tell people, do they want a system of freedom or the gig economy? Let's say you're a school teacher. School teacher already knows she's not going to make a ton of money, right? But we can help her because, you know, Monika can talk to her about reducing her taxes, right? Reducing her taxes on her W-2 forms on that end. And then on the other end, in the summer, Uber did a thing where if you're a teacher, you got like extra bonus, right? You got like extra, when surges came up, they kind of put you in the algorithm or whatever, some kind of thing they did in the summer. But it was cool because it was like, hey, teachers, like, you can do this too. You have the summer free. Use your time wisely. You don't have to work a job you don't like. And I think that's important. So to figure out, some people will always be stuck in gig economy because now the average job, if it's a long lasting job, is 2.5 years. And we all know 2.5 years is not long. What happens in 2.5 years? The average person is going to get a new car. They're going to move to a different apartment, and they're going to get more debt. And then all of a sudden they're going to be out of a job. So they're put in this loop of just unsafe. It's unsafe, yes. And it's unsustainable. They can't move on. They can't get new cars. They can't get new homes. They can't do these new things. And so we have to kind of help people either hack away into something stable, as in house hacking, getting the house while you have the job and renting the rooms out, or as in some of our friends, Andre, and then we're doing home away, Airbnb, inclusive, which is the all black or Airbnb version. So you got to figure out a way to provide stability for yourself. And I think that's the thing, is giving some of these people in this class hope. And there's going to be some guys and girls who are like, I want to be a for real entrepreneur. Jobs don't work for me. I'm suffering in the job. I'm suffocating. I want to do something. And so that's where we come in and say, well, here, you need to build a system. You get some access to business credit. Even if you're in the gig economy, I was telling Esther off camera, is I had a friend, he literally went in Austin and called it Daniel Services and got a business bank account, put $5 in there. And he sent all his Uber checks there, all his Lyft, because he did them both. Instacart is where you deliver groceries to people's house. And you have a lot of that with wealthier folks. So it's like you're getting tips from usually wealthier folks. He also did dog sitting. So his whole life was gig economy. But so all his money went into this bank account. And at the end of the year, he could say, I have a business. Now, of course, if you pull behind the curtain of Daniel Services, you realize he's just doing a bunch of gig economy. But at the end of the day, he was able to parlay that into looking as a business, getting business credit, kind of moving forward with his life and being able to travel the next year. Because I think he traveled a ton last year. He went to Australia. No, he went to, what's it when you go past Australia? I think it's Malaysia.
Or New Zealand.
No. It's like, here's Australia and you got to go keep flying past it.
Monika.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Monika, you said you raised your hand because you just retired from the military, right?
Yeah, you know it.
So I know you won. I saw you raise you was like, pick me.
I did like this.
Hey, you had the good years where you're getting a check forever. That monthly check, retirement check. There's people now signing up. They're doing that match system, which is crazy, where they're matching you on how much you put in. So into your retirement savings.
It's a little bit of both. You have a good mentor, you get some checks. You don't come out with one. You may even come out with 3 if you get a good coach or mentor, such as myself. But yes, I just recently retired out of the Army in March 2016. And what I know now, well, I guess I might as well go and plug it in. What I'm a part of now, it's called My Econ. And what we do is help people learn how to income shift. And we do it by using the W-4 form. And with the W-4 form, many people don't really understand how to fill it out properly. So they just inflate numbers. Some do it for 6 months. Some do it for the whole year. And then at the end of the year, they find themselves either on this or may not file at all for whatever circumstances. What we do is we train people when they fill out the W-4 form that there's also a second page to it. So if you either own a home or own a business, when you complete that second page of that form, you're inputting your expenses. It allows you to get the proper exemption allowances necessary so that you will only pay the IRS what's due to the IRS. And then all of that money you've been giving out in federal taxes will come back to you. And then we use something else what we call with the income shifting and the cash flow strategies of using of teaching people how to manage their personal income, business income, and passive income. And we do that by using a system that we have in My Econ called cash management. And in the cash management, unlike QuickBooks and Quicken, it allows you to set up your income and expenses and also a budget. And it also tracks your mileage. And in real time allows you to upload your receipts at that time. So it's kind of audit proof. And it helps those individuals who are not out there who are doing either 1099s or maybe even running a business or independent contractors to keep their taxes online, because many people have a gift and a talent to go out and do business, but they don't understand the accounting and finance piece to it. So it's a simple software that helps people set up initially and then account for all of their expenses. And what we do, we train them how to set up that software according to the Schedule C for taxes. So when they're going about their day and they're accumulate any income or expenses, they can upload those receipts, they can input where they're going, and it calculates all the mileage. And at the end of the year, when it's time to produce that tax form, that Schedule C, they can print it. Or if they want to do some type of historical trend on what they're doing in business and what are their peak times of the year, or maybe when are they probably just at their most slowest, then they can pull reports that will help them identify that. But I can tell you, since I've learned it on how to do that, properly complete the W-4. I mean, I'm single, and so I never had any allowances other than myself. And so when I was working, had I known about this when I was working, just to give you an example, I was paying out about close, at least on my state job, at least close to almost $700 in federal taxes. In the military, to add the reserve time to it, I was paying probably another $400-500 to that. Had I known about my econ during that time, I could have saved at least $1,000 or a little more, taking that money. And so what we do is we teach people, once you get the money back into your pay, because you will in your very next pay period, that you take that money, and if you have if you have a car or however many vehicles you may have, a home, or you have, you need to fix your credit on your, you need to pay off some debt or maybe student loans, whatever it is, we teach you how to shift the money to those areas and get it paid off quicker. So I'm online to pay my house off within the next 7 to 10 years by shifting income. The other side to that is that in the package comes with an online business. So if you don't already have a business in your name, that is, that you will be able to take advantage of the 400 tax credits that are out there. So most people worry about when they change the W-4, that, oh my goodness, am I going to get my earned income, something of that nature? Well, by the time you finish adding up all those expenses and using that second page to that W-4, and you have a home business, then yes, you probably get that earned income and some back. Also, some of the things they worry about is how they're gonna, will they have a problem with the IRS at the end of the year? Well, a lot of our people don't really understand cash flow. That could be a good hangout on how cash flow works and how certain business, how to use business strategies. And so they fear what they don't know. So one of the things we do is just train. We train on everything, all aspects of business, especially on how to account for it and how to read those IRS forms if you're paying taxes. And I mean, for those who are not paying taxes, I'm not sure how to maneuver that system. But if you're using the system will work if you have someone who knows how to use it. And so my team leader, she's retired military. She's been doing it for over 17 years. So they opened a tax center, which helps people, if they don't understand it, they relook at your tax and make sure you're doing it properly. If you are working with, you do have a CPA or a tax person out there, that it would be definitely great for them to learn, because most people need to understand that CPAs, they're not tested on independent how they should file their taxes. They're really only tested on governmental taxes, auditing, I think financial audit, financial accounting, auditing, and a couple of, I forgot the other two areas of testing for the CPA. So they don't really understand how to help you for your independent contracts. So when we were doing the W-4s, it's a very good tool. And as a matter of fact, we don't sell anything. Only thing we teach is business strategies. Now, there's another component to it, make residual income. It comes with it. The package comes with a mall, or online mall. So every time you shop in your own mall, or anybody shop in your mall, you get money from that. If you bring people in to the membership. Some people just use the business strategies. Some people want to use the membership. If they use the membership, that's where passive income comes in, and you gain money from everybody you bring in. But at the end of the day, the reason I got involved with it was because, for one, that software alone is worth every penny of what it is. But what we have going on, we have a cash flow manager workshop coming up, conference coming up November 12th in Columbia, South Carolina. And that conference, they're going to be teaching people, business owners, non-business owners, personal, anybody who wants to understand how to invest money, properly manage their business money, their personal money. This workshop is going to be from 9 to 5. And so
is it in person or are you streaming it?
It's in person. It's in person. And she always streams. So it's going to probably Periscope.
Oh, how much is it to get it to stream?
She doesn't charge to stream.
Oh, shoot.
The only people that are paying are and I'll verify that, sis. I'll verify that, but I'm almost sure she doesn't charge to stream. Only people who are coming in person are paying.
That's another source of income.
Exactly. It's a huge trust. Let me tell you, I've put in 7, so I'll be getting my little $1,000 bonus, and I ain't have to sell nothing. I was like, hey, sign me up right now, and I get my taxes back, and you just gave me a business. I'm about to work this, and so I'm doing some housing repairs. So I bought floors and fences and all kinds of stuff. So I got a lot of that money back because I shopped in my own business online. So I'm not sure how popular it is all over the place, but the one thing I do know for sure, I did meet one of the owners, Ivan Stokes, 600 million net worth. And most people don't know, other than athletes, right, out there, people who are actually making money that looks like us.
I met Ivy Stokes.
You met Ivy? I see you shaking your head. You in my econ?
Oh, I help promote a lot of those folks. I help them do some paperwork. Tilt your camera down. Yeah. Make sure you get your full face. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, high five. Yeah. So I love my econ. My team in particularly, Sana. You probably met Sana too, then Sana Garrett.
I'm better with faces than names unless we're on Facebook. I know a couple out of Florida. They're called Black Generational Wealth Builders, I think.
Okay.
They're in Tampa, I thought. Okay. Tampa. Mm-hmm. And they're always competing with Terrence Hill, that is here in Sanford. He's also a military
I've
person.
heard the name. Yeah. Yes, it is huge military backdrop. I wish I'd have known them when I was in. We had a group come along called I think it was Finance One. They just take everybody money, just crazy to invest in stuff. But this in particularly, even if you was just teaching people how to properly complete the W-4 just to take advantage of the income shifting strategies, is great. I have a couple friends I didn't even know was in it, and they've made, one last year made $20,000 just using the business strategies. Another one made $45,000 because they was using those business strategies, those cash flow strategies, to maintain, organize their businesses and make money. And you talking about your money, not nothing nobody gave you. It's yours. You earned it. You work for it. It's just a matter of someone teaching you. I think I talked enough for now.
Oh, what you're saying is absolutely important. People will go to work for 20 years, don't know where their money went, don't know how much taxes they pay a year. I worked at H&R Block several years, and I will tell you, there are many times I've seen people over and over every year leave with $2,000 to $8,000 refund checks. And you talk to them and you would be like, what's your plans? What do you plan to do with it? And 9 times out of 10, they're getting a car, clothes, and a vacation. It was no kind of retirement talk, no kind of long-term talk. And that's kind of why I started doing this, because I've been seeing a lot of Dr. Boyce and Yvetta. I'm messing up her name, but she's kind of been saying, well, Black people are absolutely poor, poor, poor. And I'm like, actually, that's not true. We get a lot of money. It's what do we do with the money? It's not what you make. It's what you keep. And so I hate the victim role. I think my econs have been an amazing thing for a lot of people, and especially military people who a lot of those folks are putting in 20, 30 years and get huge taxes taken out. I know some E7s who are like, they were showing their checks where they had like $1,000 a month.
Talking? Who is that talking?
That's Monique's house, I think.
Oh, thank you, Monique. Okay.
So I know some military people who got like, almost $1,000 coming out of their check. This guy's a couple of E7s, and then they had babies, and Terrence is like, you have a baby, you have all these things, like you need to fix this. You need to shift this income out. And so of course they showed their next check, and then they had like $139 coming out. So I mean, $800, I think this, you want to do that, especially teachers who, at least in the state of North Carolina, get that one check a month. And so you get a big lump sum of taxes coming out of that one check a month, because you're getting a lump sum pay. And I think it's really important for teachers, because like they need to be number one people I know who need to shift their income. And just thinking differently, saying, okay, this money needs to go somewhere. I know a ton of retired Black folks in our neighborhood who own several houses, but they own a ton of cars. And I'm like, they don't have anywhere for their money to go. They don't know what to do with their money. Like no one's kind of coaching them on, hey, I should put my money over here. They're just 60, they're in their 60s, they're still active, and they got to escalate. It just kind of cracks me up, because I think it's important for education, people to continually be educating themselves on where that money could go. I don't know if you saw the debate last night. I'm not picking a side. I'm just saying something was said that should have woke up everybody that night. 2020, Social Security will run out of money. 2030, which actually is 2024, Medicare, these things will run out of money. And what does that mean? That means people who get a paycheck every month, people who pay their rent with those checks every month, people who are going to doctor with those checks, the money ain't there. The money is not there, but yet they're still going to be able to take money out of your paycheck to pay for it, because they're so in such debt. Americans in such debt. So I think it's important for people to get hard assets. It's important for you to shift your income while you have it, while you're working, so that you can go back and go, oh, here's some extra money I can put down. I mean, the one success story I have at H&R Block is a lady who was on welfare. It was her first year working hard, and she went to real estate school. Once she went to real estate school, all bets were off. Like the next year, when she got her $8,000, because she had 3 kids, she bought a little rinky-dink house in this one side of town. The next year came back to H&R Block, because she'd been doing real estate and working, and she cleaned up that house. She took I think she got a little bit more that year because of the home credit or something, but she got a little bit more than $8,000, moved to a nicer house, rent that first house out, then did it again on her third year. Third year, we didn't see her anymore. She went to a better tax preparer, but it was very interesting to see. She said once she learned those techniques, like of renting her home out, her kids were upset because they had a really crappy school for 1 year, but they were okay. Like they were not going to suffer, because she had a plan. She was going to move in 1 year. And so there's so many strategies and so many ways for people to move their money around if they really think about it. I tell Esther all the time, houses in North Carolina and South Carolina and in parts of Georgia, depending on where you're at in the state, you can get a house for $35,000 to $85,000. Now it may be 1980s. The kitchen may need some work. The bathroom may need some work, but overall they're not like tear downs. It just depends on the city. Now, the nicer you get, of course, the higher it will be, but higher income price, higher price house. But a lot of people, I know people who live in those little $35,000 houses for 20 years and never buy them. I think I told Esther on our last show, we have a cousin. She's not that close to our family, but she stayed in one house for 22 or 24 years. The guy was so old. He was like in his 70s. He's like, I'm retiring. I'm giving this house to my son, and he's going to take over this real estate company, and I'm done. Do you want to buy this house? Because you've been here 20 some years. And she said, well, I just don't have the money. He's like, I'm going to sell it to you at a discount. Just ask your bank. And she didn't even want to do that. So of course, what happens 2 months later, he gives it to his son, and she's out. Because he realized the rent's been so low for so many years that he's like, I could get $900 a month for this house. And you've been paying $500 to my dad forever. Because the house has been paid off. It's one of those small 1980s ranch style houses. You know, it's not a huge den, didn't have a huge living room, 1-car garage kind of thing. I mean, there's opportunity out there, and I feel sorry for people who are not paying attention, shifting their income and putting it somewhere. So we have people who need to decide, okay, do I like my job? I like it, and I can shift some income. Well, even if they shift income, some people are like, I still need a little bit more. So then those people definitely put them on the gig economy side. But on the other side, the person who keeps losing jobs, like I have friends who've been laid off every year in a 5-year row. And I've been telling him, look, you need to switch careers. You need to do something else, because where you're at, either you need to move to California or you need to move to Raleigh. You need to move somewhere else where tech is at, because the type of software he does, they do a lot of it in Virginia now, but not in Texas. So it's like, you know, video game software is booming. You need to go wherever it is, you know. But he's been laid off every year for the past 5 years. And so it's very hard for people to listen to like, hey, you should probably switch to gig or freelance. And Esther, come on in.
Okay. Well, I've been saying oh, sorry, Monica. I was presenting you. You got your face up. I was gonna say, with the people, you know, that are purchasing homes, you said something, let me check my notes. You said something about purchasing homes, and that's a really simple thing. And not only is it important to purchase homes, you know, I'm doing the class with Andre, and I'll put the link up, where we're teaching you how to purchase your home, and you use community resources. There, as a social worker for like 17 years, there's so many things that you can do. You can make sure that you can utilize these services within your community. And I know Monika, she does a lot in the community, and you do as well, Ericka. But the simple fact is, there are programs out there. I just did an affordable housing program where I didn't have any cash up front, you know. I looked at the particular plans. There are a lot of, every city will put out a housing plan, no matter what. So looking at that housing plan, I went to East St. Louis, Illinois, and it's not in Missouri. There's also an East St. Louis, Illinois, that is separated by the Mississippi River, right? So they're right across the bridge from each other. But the point is, I looked in East St. Louis's housing plan. So on the website, sometimes it's a little tricky. It's not on the website. Looked in the housing plan from there. I saw all the things that she wanted to do, the mayor, because the city is the biggest beggar to the feds. So they create these plans every year, and they're begging for money to go ahead and make sure that they're, you know, that they get these programs done. So anyway, I looked in the housing plan. It said she wanted to help homeless, veterans, and when I say she, it was the mayor. Homeless, veterans, and who else? The other population was low income. That's pretty much the thing in these plans. They want to help what we would call the
low and moderate income.
Not only that, but it's a particular word for it. It's not the low and moderate income, because that is a particular population. But so we'll skip over that part. And you ladies are right. So anyway, I went ahead. I mean, you are, but there's a particular word. There's a jargon.
Okay. Is it like the elderly? I don't know.
No. So. Okay. Anyway.
Like, I don't know.
What part? So anyway. So I wrote wrote out this projection. Now they have these programs for owner occupied and non-owner occupied, depending on the state. But the thing about it is, if you're owner occupied, that means you would have to live in the home to benefit from it. Non-owner occupied, it depends. So that could be your state, Monika. But every state is different. And so some states offer owner occupied and non-owner occupied, and then some states offer just owner occupied, and some states offer just non-owner occupied. But the thing is, there is no restriction on what state you go to, because if you incorporate, incorporating means that you have the right to sell and buy, you have the right to sue and be sued, you have the right to own property. So you can do this technique all over the earth. You can start corporations in the Philippines. You can start corporations in Thailand, but we're talking about the United States. So starting corporations. Oh, can somebody mute their mic? I'm sorry. I'm so auditory. I'll be losing thought. So anyway, you can start these corporations here and go to any other state. So you're not going to be state specified. You can start a corporation in that state and qualify for that program. If you don't want to start a corporation, you can start a trust in that state and qualify for that program, because trusts are free roaming agents. So after I did that step, I submitted the application. I was approved. But the thing that I did, because I'm a social worker, I understand utilizing social service programs. So in utilizing the social service programs, what I did is I went ahead and I contacted a local nonprofit that specifically utilized African American boys, and they taught them how to rehab homes. Now, there's a nonprofit like that in every state, because they get money from Job Corps and United Way, and they teach these boys and these girls. I'm just saying I was looking for a particular target population, but they teach these young people how to rehab homes. They teach them solar efficiency. They teach them everything. The thing about utilizing individuals in the community is they do the footwork for you. That's why I like Spike Lee, because Spike Lee, he'll go in and he'll go film somewhere, but the first thing he does is he sends his team out to talk to community leaders. He sends his team out to go ahead and do the research and talk to people on the ground. So the people on the ground, you don't have to be an expert if you're comfortable enough going out of your state. The people on the ground are the community resource centers, the nonprofits that specialize in helping Black kids rehab homes and solar power. You know, if you want to lease up your property, then you're going to go straight to the homeless shelters, and you want to talk directly to the social worker and the case manager, the ones who have those caseloads, because they're going to tell you, hey, these people need housing, and then they're going to go get them the first month's rent paid up front, because they know that program just got funded. And oh, your deposit is $3,000, no problem. We'll get that deposit up to you, and you don't have to pay that deposit back. So these are a lot of the community resources. So I talked to the woman. She said, oh, well, since you're doing this, just go to the mayor. Let that mayor know that you're working with such and such foundation, such and such nonprofit, and that you want the houses that are free. Now, there's houses all the time that are free. A lot of times we don't have access to them if we don't have a nonprofit. If you don't have a nonprofit, it can be hard. But if you are rehabbing houses in particular areas, and that's what I go into in my class, if you're rehabbing houses in these particular areas, these particular maps in the city, utilizing particular county and city programs and state programs, you know, it's a method to my madness. They're gonna sidestep that because you're following all the qualifications. You're helping them get more taxes. At the end of the day, cities can't survive without taxes. So if you are building and rehabbing houses in low-income neighborhoods or neighborhoods that are full of blight, they can't get no money off them houses. So the city's losing money. So they got the houses sitting there anyway, you know, regardless. So at the end of the day, you can sit up there. I called the mayor. Sure. Why not? One house just got shot up. The other house just, you can, we're not doing that with these houses. Is that your dog, Ericka? So anyway, you on mute, be quiet. It's an inside joke. Anytime we mess up or we move away from the camera, oh, that's my dog. Anyway, okay. So at the end of the day, that's just a little of the things that we'll touch, but there's so many ways to make money. Like my favorite person, I love him. His name is Les Brown. I remember seeing him on PBS at the age of 8, and I was like, this Black man is powerful, you know, powerful. I see he's talking. Okay. Anyway, he said there is no shortage of creativity. There's no shortage of money. There's only a shortage of creativity. And I listened to his Monday speech. He gets on this live call, and I listen to him. Do you know the most heart attacks occur on Monday morning? Because people hate going to these jobs that are sucking their brain, their energy, their drive out of them. You know, so there is just so much to make money. Now, I'm talking about things that require more energy, and that's why people say that's an advanced technique. It's not. I mean, it took me 3 months to do this. It wasn't rocket science. Now, was it hard? it was really hard. I have ADHD. It was sucking my brain power to sit there and go, these, sometimes depending on the city and the state, these reports, housing planning reports, could be 100. The one I read was 700 pages. I didn't understand any of the jargon. I'm just sitting there, you know, cutting and pasting all of these words: tax incentive funds, bonds, procurement. What? Oh my gosh. But I did it. So, okay, you know, you can, I'm gonna get off my high horse. And I saw you raise your hand, Monika. I'm gonna put myself on mute. And did you raise your hand?
I did.
Oh, okay.
You know, I be saying woo woo, but I can tag right now. Tag it in. Okay. Yeah, I have a nonprofit, Tri-City Visionaries, and we're working with the South Carolina Housing Trust Fund, and we're going out and helping low-income homeowners in 7 counties: Richland County, Kershaw County, Lexington, Orangeburg, Kershaw, Fairfield, and Sumter, with repairs, emergency repairs, immediate repairs, roofing, plumbing, HVAC, you name it, that we're going out and helping people repair. So, and it's free to them, and we get paid to put the applications together and submit them. So really, we're just taking in documentation, filling in application forms, submitting them to the trust fund. They approve it. We send out contractors. Homes get repaired. We get a fee. That's easy labor. Like you said, go ahead, sweetie.
I was gonna say that's easy money. I have a niece and a nephew in Edisto Island and North Charleston, so I know those areas. Good work. Yes. Good work. You're doing good work.
Yes, and the emergency, so it's two areas: emergency repair, and then it's owner occupied rehabilitation. And so we get a different fee for each one. And the homeowners have to be in their homes at least 10 years, and then they're eligible.
Now, what city are you in?
I'm in Lexington, but my nonprofit covers 7 counties.
But what state? I'm sorry, what state?
Oh, South Carolina.
Okay, so everybody, that's for South Carolina. Don't get scared. You'll be like, I just moved in. I'm gonna go back on mute.
Yes, listen, you have to, well, we have the gray areas. There are those who someone may have died and they passed the house on, or life trust funds. You know, it's little stipulations in there, but if they have proper documentation, like one lady, she was like, you know, my dad died and I was trying to be nice to, you know, I heard I had some stepsisters or something out there, and I put them in obituary. And she said when they got ready to do the deed, they put the girls on there, and now she can't find them, and she need repairs, and she qualified, but we can't do anything with it because they have to agree. So it's little different stipulations out there that we run into. We trying to help people who have inherited homes from you know, a parent or a grandmother or whomever, but you have to be in the home at least 10 years. And if you've received the trust funds before, then you have to wait out your time, you know, before you can get the benefit again. But what's crazy to me is that a lot of people in South Carolina don't know about the program. So we started doing workshops. Now, we only cover 7 counties, but the program extends over the entire state of South Carolina. We had a flood last year, and then we just had another hurricane. Exactly. And so for the Charleston areas, there's another nonprofit that covers that area. Everything is on schousing.com website. And then they just, the page comes up like a group, blue, green, and white page, schousing.com. And then on the right side of the page, you should see, it's probably going to say SCHTF, which stands for Housing Trust Fund. Click on that, and then you
hold on.
You want to bring it up?
Yeah, girl, let me bring it up. Oh, hold on. Let me stop presenting. I
was going to say I want to come down there for one of your seminars. So
okay, cool.
Our family invested in South Carolina tax liens. So
okay, cool.
So I just want to come down there and see it.
What you doing? Looking at yourself? I was like, who is she looking
girl,
at?
I'm like,
You got to tilt your camera down, man.
She lounging. She lounging. What's
lounging?
Can you guys see? Can you guys see my?
Housing.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
SC Housing.
Housing.com.
SCHousing.com. Okay, everybody, this live.
Make your screen the presenter.
Mine?
Yes.
You can't see it? Oh, we just seeing her. Oh, yeah. I'm like SC Housing. Yeah, okay. Y'all see it now?
Yes.
Okay.
SCHousing.com.
Housing.com. Monica, like, yes, I can see you. It's not coming up.
Yeah. Google it.
South. Okay, hold on.
Google it.
South Carolina. Okay, let me.
Housing Trust Fund.
Okay, hold on. Housing Trust Fund. Okay, here we go. All right, here it is. All right, everybody will provide links. Hopefully let me close some of my stuff. I mean, man, I got everybody.
You had about 1 million.
Oh man. Okay. Shoot.
Yes. Okay. You see what it says? Click here. Come down.
Right here.
Come down. And you see these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see what it says? SC Housing Trust.
To the left.
Yes, on the not that side. The other side.
Oh, SC. Okay.
Go. You see that? Click on it.
Which one?
SC Housing Trust Fund.
Oh, this right here.
Yes. Click there.
The flood initiative.
Yes. Now click where it says read more.
Okay. Yeah. See these websites be crazy. All right. Which one?
Okay.
Emergency repair and owner occupied.
Yep.
Okay.
So now right here you'll see the it's 2 separate manuals. You'll see the emergency repair manual and you'll see the it's probably gonna say OOR manual.
Where is that?
Both of those manuals. Oh, look right. You see with the blue
right here.
But
come
down.
You need your glasses,
girl. It's look the
phone.
I'm not on the computer. Yeah. Scroll down. Yeah. Okay. You see all this checklist right here. This is the forms that we complete for the participant.
Which one tells them about the program?
Go up.
Okay.
All right. You see where it says 2017 ER manual?
This one? See these documents, everybody, is off the chain. Look at this. Ain't nobody gonna sit up here. Look at this. Look. Okay.
So we break it down. We have it in a PowerPoint. We took out the necessary information.
You did, but that's why I'm teaching the class. Because okay, everybody. Okay, while I got this up too, can I go to the W2 and you talk?
W4.
Oh, see, girl, you know I ain't feel that one. W4. W4 was it? IRS.
Yes, that's what it said.
And in your nonprofit, are you doing the work, or are you like mostly the interviewing of people?
She's doing the work.
I'm doing the application. I'm doing the paperwork, administrative, and then we have general contractors to do the work.
See, look at that.
Oh yeah, we partner. I believe in teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Girl, I can't be filling out applications and go out there and check on houses and you know, bam on nails and all that stuff. Okay.
All right.
Yes, that's the second. All right. Yes. Okay. So that's the second page of the form, and the back page, it allows you to account for mortgage or business expenses.
What line is that?
That's the top, on the very top line. If you read, you know what? Can I send you? We got a template one that has a.
Send it to my Facebook. Send it to my Facebook, and I'll pop it in. And then while you sending that, I'm gonna take the camera off of this, and I'm gonna let Ericka talk. Hold on, Ericka.
Yes. Okay.
Ericka, you want to talk or no? You shaking your head? Ericka went off camera.
Hey, sorry about that.
I was like, Oh, ah, Lord.
I was gonna say, listen, that the power of what she just said is so important. Is she started a nonprofit. Now that already took steps, and many people won't even take the steps to do that. Okay. Then they have access to this money. I don't know if you know about South Carolina, but South Carolina has a huge tourism industry. Many people work in tourism, but they also have a lot of hurricanes come through there. We just experienced one in North Carolina. They experienced one in South Carolina. They had a lot of flooding in Columbia. There are a lot of people who retire from New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey to South Carolina to buy very cheap homes. There are many people who are descendants of people who lived in South Carolina their whole life. And then they leave New York because they're broke in New York and come live in South Carolina. So people need help fixing those homes. And that's a great opportunity for her. And that just shows initiative. I mean, think about that. She's contracting those out to general contractors. And that's even the smarter part, because guess what? Now she can go get more done. She can go talk to more people, interview more people, help more people get their work. Do you know, people probably come through there and they're on her level, but they do crappy work. That's how I look at it. I look at it as, if I can spend more time helping people do quality work, better for me. Same thing with South Carolina tax liens and North Carolina tax liens. I'm gonna do a show with that with Dre on his real estate school. But it's important. It's like, if you have the ability to do well by people, you can do more in this community. Like right now, Esther, when you go to St. Louis, you're helping that community. You're bringing things up to code. You're helping provide housing for people. And this is my point in us doing these shows and doing these webinars and teaching these classes. African-American folks have a lot of skill in their family. You'll meet whole family members who work on cars, mechanics, construction workers, all the same things. Is when you talk about Hispanic families and Black families, a lot of men do the same type of work. And what is the difference in what Monika's doing versus everybody else? She's just taking a few extra steps to help people fill applications, have a nonprofit, be legally set up. And now she's giving work to contractors. They may look like her, they may not. But the point of the deal is she's providing work for multiple people. And so that's the power in it. Same thing with you, Esther. You're teaching these young Black boys via you doing this project how to fix things. They may not have a dad there to help them learn how to do these things. So now they're learning how to fix things. Now that same Black guy that has seen other people flip houses, now he may want to go out and wholesale and flip houses because he already knows how to do the work. He knows how to repair windows, knows how to repair floors. What he can't repair, he can budget out to somebody. But he is not left destitute. He has a skill. He just has to work with others, or work with a nonprofit like Monika, or do something to help himself grow. Even when I was in Austin, Texas, I wish I could just have a camera and show you how many South Carolina plates there were and Tennessee plates, and those guys were usually construction guys. So there's opportunity out there. You know, it's so important. The W-2 whole conversation we're having, you know, people are afraid. I don't want you to quit your job if you're uncertain, but I want you to have economic stability, right? In order to be a powerhouse, you know, Dr. Boyce talked about the other day, in order to have economic stability for yourself, and exactly what she talks about, my own economy, because I can't worry about Donald Trump not paying taxes. I can't worry about Hillary Clinton. I have to worry about myself and my family and providing jobs for myself and my family. If I'm paying attention to what I should be doing as far as shifting income and taking that money and make sure it's going to Lending Club, it's going to bank certificates, I'm getting business lines of credit, I'm buying hard assets, gold, silver, metals, rental properties. So what if the stock market falls next year? If they're predicting all this trouble with stock market, my money isn't tied up with a 401k. It's tied up with hard assets that I can touch, see, feel, and sell if need be. And that's the difference. I want you to feel empowered when you watch this show. I want you to feel like you have more control of your life. And if you do the gig economy and you get an extra $500, great. Because guess what? 9 out of 10 foreclosures could have been stopped in 2008 if the family had an extra $500 a month. There's a reason Dave Ramsey makes so much money because so many people are not.
Nobody know. Okay, who is Dave Ramsey? You got to tell us.
You're playing, right? Dave Ramsey is a multi-millionaire who teaches Financial Peace University to thousands, if not the whole United States of churches. His book is The Total Money Makeover. He's white. Black? Oh, Monika, you know who Dave Ramsey is, right?
Say the name again.
Dave Ramsey, The Total Money Makeover.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was like, no, she don't.
Okay, no.
She does, because he's that popular, but he's in Tennessee and he makes millions of dollars. He has a mansion of a house teaching financial income shifting. If you do the baby steps of save up a emergency fund of $1,000, then take all your money and pay down the smallest debt first, you're free. I mean, there's another guy, Mr. Money Mustache. Again, Esther's gonna be like, who's that? But Mr. Money Mustache blog, he teaches, him and his family only spend $27,000 a year. And people don't believe him. And he's like, my mortgage is paid off, my car is paid off, everything's paid off. All I'm buying is groceries and paying for lights. That radically changes your mindset when you think I could retire if I paid off this house and this car. And there are many people who, and I'm not knocking military, I'm just coming from a military background. My mom did 26 years. I've been in military communities where everybody gets ready to retire. They know they may get possibly $3,000 to $7,000 a month with disability and all that stuff. And guess what they do? They go get an LES, get the biggest house they can find. They go get them and their wife a BMW retirement cars is what they call them. And then they retire and realize we have no money left over. I have to go back to work. Instead of going, let's stay in this house is paid off, cars are paid off. Monika is cracking me up. Make sure she gets off mute.
Oh, get off mute, Monika.
Because that's the thing. Like, I meet men every day who's like, I get $7,000 a month. Brand new car, brand new house, one baby mama, and they ain't got no money. All the money's gone.
Exactly. And isn't that crazy? And everybody, and you know, when I got ready to retire, everybody was like, "Oh, you gonna get another house?" This and that. I'm like, "Are you crazy? Oh no, I'm about to pay this thing off." And I had my little Toyota Camry. It was like, you need a luxury car for what? You gonna pay for it? No. When you could be free, not debt free, okay? We're not buying all that stuff. One of my friends, we both retired at the same time. When she got her house, I was like, why did you get all of this house? It's just you. Is you crazy? When she got ready to retire, she was like, and she's older than me, so she was like 62. I'm 39. So she's like, oh my God, I didn't know they was gonna be taxing and doing all this stuff. I'm not gonna make enough money. I don't think I'm gonna be able to, I need a job. I said, well, good luck, because I'm not getting no job. I'm not getting no bigger house. I'm gonna pay this one off and go. But you're absolutely right. And not just them, you know, I came out of a state job as well. And I just went and visited them today. And of course, everybody's like 30 years older than me, still working. And they was like, oh, you look so happy. I'm like, yeah, because I don't live beyond my means. And if I want to do something, I save the money to go and do it. I don't try to spend no money I don't have. I don't rob Peter to pay Paul, all that great stuff that people do, you know. But yes, people, I think, you know, our folks really need to understand how to use that simple, those simple business, money income shifting strategies. I don't think we talk about it enough. I don't even think it's probably not taught at all. I didn't get it. I'm just not hearing about it. But my mom used to talk about not getting in debt a lot. So I was always afraid to get extra stuff. But, you know, now that I learned, you know, pay off this, pay off that, you know, don't accumulate it, first of all. And if you do have it, learn how to pay it off and go. But people, when they get extra money, when they get a raise, I learned this. When people get a raise on their job, they count them dollars down. Oh, I'm getting a promotion. I'm getting a raise next pay period. I'm about to take this. They didn't already spent the money before they got it. How do we fix that? I mean, how do we start getting people to think?
Okay.
Like, listen.
All right, I got to come in now.
Go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Okay, because I'm motivated.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. I was like, oh, I'm going to steal that. And when I first saw you do that, Monika, on Facebook, I was like, whoop, whoop. What? I started doing that everywhere. People was like, stop. That's Monika's.
Yes. No. You got to say whoop, whoop, then high five. Because you know what? When you keep a motivated, like get a catch line or something like that, and you just use it, it throws people off. Because for one, you know, as Black females, everybody always put a stereotype on it. It's like we never happy, like we always confused, we don't know what we want. And when you come in positive, you just be like, it don't even matter what they say, whoop whoop, they be like, what's wrong with her?
Thank you. I have gone into so many workplaces and they're like, she is the most joy-filled woman I've ever met. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm a regular woman. I'm just going to come in here and do my regular day. You're assessing the fact that I'm brown to mean that I should be unhappy and bitter. That's your stereotype, baby. That is not my stereotype. Don't let people define you. My mom, when she was in Iraq, she was in Kuwait, and she was like speaking to people. And she said the funniest thing happened. Only the Texas group of soldiers were like, hey, hey. All these New Yorkers are like, ugh. All these Ohio soldiers are like, why are you talking to everybody? And she's like, we are in a war zone. If we can't even talk to each other, then what is the point? Like, I'm just trying to be happy to go to where I'm going to go eat. And, I just think that's important. Spreading the light is important for who you are. But I had to say this one when we were talking about military people. My friend, I'm not calling them lazy, but I love them to death. They're the funnest couple ever. She's a school teacher. He was in the military. He went to Iraq twice. They got almost a really dirt cheap little house near Sumter. Near it, but not in it. Not like as you drive out of Charleston. But it's like a $50,000 house. They got it low time in the market, right after we got out of college. They had 2 BMWs. He went to Iraq twice. He said, let me tell you, I'm not going back again. And she said, well, what do you mean? He's like, I'm done. He was National Guard anyway. But he's like, I'm done. I'm tired of this. I want a much easier life. I'd rather do light construction like my dad. So after he got out, the next year he went as a contractor, made $100,000. I don't know exactly where he was, but basically he was like, one time is enough for me. I don't know if he was driving or what he was doing. It was when they were paying contractors huge in Iraq. So anyway, after that 1 year, he said they paid off every single thing. So when people see him, they see that she's a school teacher and he does some work, but not a lot of work. They call him lazy. And he says, baby, we're debt free. I don't care what your friends say. This house is paid off. These 2 BMWs, yes, they may be older, but you've been in South Carolina. You see older BMWs all the time. They're paid off. You're a school teacher. If you want to come home, you can. And they're my age. I'm 32 years old. I'm not trying to say like, oh, that's so young, but that's young enough to be like, you can go travel. You can go on cruises. Your husband can ramp it up in the summer and chill back down in the winter because he don't like the cold. I mean, he cracks me up, but he doesn't like the cold. So if it's 60 degrees, he's suffering. I don't know what the deal is, but it's important if you look at money that way and realize if we pay this stuff off or we have a system of getting checks in, whether it's a side gig or it's a small business that we've started and have that manageable, we can live. I know a few military people who didn't even finish their 20 years. They got to 18 years and something happened. One of them got kicked out or something stupid. But he had 4 houses. He had went every duty station. He bought a house. So by the time he sat home, he was like, I'm just going to live real simple and rent them other 3 houses out and keep it moving. So you have to think. You have to use different strategies. And that's frustrating when I see anybody over 60 working and they don't want to. I remember having a coworker and I talked to her about, when are you going to retire? Because she was 67. And she's like, girl, they're going to have to carry me out of here. And it just crushed me because she has 7 children. I'm like, between the 7 children you have, y'all can't figure out a plan for you to go home? Like, what's the deal? And that shouldn't be that way. So I'm going to put myself on mute.
Go ahead, sis. You're in the days over there.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Go ahead. Oh, okay. You put yourself on mute. So no, I was going to say addressing your question, Monika, I got it. Stop bothering me. I was just gonna say, Monika, that you asked why can't we do that? Why can't we just be satisfied with where we are? Why do we always have to trade up every time we get a little bit of cash? Now, I love Robert Kiyosaki. I might not know, Ericka, who the other people are. Okay. I'm not racist. Robert Kiyosaki is American. But anyway, I love that cat. I'm 37. I started reading his book when I was 16. I forgot the name of the book, but it's a real good book. I'll bring it up. But anyway, he talks about in that, I'll bring it up real quick. And he talks about it's not the cash flow quadrant. I mean, he has this online, what's the name of the
book? Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Thank you. Okay. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I was astounded at the age of 16 because I had just got through reading The Millionaire Next Door. This is when you go to the library Remember that? Remember the librarian was the goddess on the earth? Now it's Google, but I would go to the librarian. She knew me. She'd be like, oh, okay, Esther, so I got a new book in for you. She was actually Black. She was like, I got a new book in for you, and here it is. And it was the millionaire next door. His average suit was $500. His average house was worth maybe $400,000. The average car he drove was 12 years old. He just maintained the maintenance. Now, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, Think and Grow Rich, a Black choice. I love Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. He told me, or not me, but he had this speech that went on, and he said that Usher came to this Black guy that's really known financial planner, and he watches the Stars Money, and Usher, he got all his receipts, he got everything. Now we thinking Usher, this guy's rich, right? That's what we're thinking. He got all his receipts, everything, his income and expense statements. For all you people that know what that is, if you don't, please Google that. Everyone, no matter what your income coming in, you should have an income and expense report every month. Okay, just start one. So anyway, he walked up into the guy's spot and he was like, yeah, I want to start with my money. I'm a millionaire. So the guy looked at, now this is Usher. He looked at all of his stuff. He said, he was quiet, and Usher was sitting in a chair for like 30 minutes. Like, what is this cat talking about? What is he going to do? Oh my gosh, what's going on? He said, you need to leave my office now. And Usher said, what? He said, you need to leave my office. You continue on this path, you're going to be broke in 6 months. You spend too much. You're not frugal with your money. And I don't deal with people like you. Now that's a real eye opener of someone we feel has a lot of money. In actuality, the average person doesn't know. The average millionaire lives on Section 8 because you can Google that because they know how to do their taxes, like you said, Monika, appropriately, where it doesn't touch them. They're broke, but their business is not. It's cash flowing. And Section 8 cannot kick these people off, because technically they are following the rules. So
in New York, yeah.
It's not only, yeah. Oh, did I? I think I put.
There was like 52 millionaires in New York chilling in Section 8, just chilling.
Well, hey, why not? They're poor. Get off.
Or did you see the checks for millionaires' wives getting unemployment checks? There were millionaires' wives when their wives just got off of work. Like, she decided to come home and have children. Even though her husband's a millionaire, their wives were getting unemployment.
And so what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Well, what's the point? The point is that you have to know, and you're right, I didn't see any of that, but you just validated my point, Ericka, that you have to understand the rich act broke and broke people act rich. And that's the bottom line. You must stop spending your money, giving your money. That Dave Chappelle, and some people might think this is a cuss word, but it's my favorite word. That Dave Chappelle, where they were standing in line, and it was that whole skit where everybody got their reparation checks, and they were standing at the check cashing place because they couldn't even open up a bank account, but they had $1 million reparation checks at the corner store. Come on. And Cadillac and Gold merged. That's really because Dave Chappelle, he come out here. Anytime he come out here, I can go see him. I'm on his permanent guest list because I made my children write a 10-page report about him. And he was like, you is the homeschooling mama. So anytime Dave Chappelle come into town, come into Oakland. And so I talked to him, and he was like, when I put that out there and I was really trying to educate Black people about saving their money, that's when I started to become attacked. And that's when they started to attack me, because I'm trying to give you guys game. So if Dave Chappelle made that skit and it was funny, but it was reality. He said these niggas can't wait to give their money back to the white man. And that was the skit. If you watch the unedited part, that's what he said. So long story short, I want to share my screen. I love Robert Kiyosaki because he goes in so hard.
Esther, before you leave that point, I was going to say,
go ahead, keep talking.
Here in the South, and Monika probably knows this, a lot of black farmers lost their land. It was 15% black farmers in 1970s and 1980s. My grandma was one of those people where they tried to go down there and get $5,000 to cover your taxes. They would not do it. They came back later after most of these people lost their land, and now black farmership's at 2%, and said, oh yeah, here, we're going to fix it. We're going to give everybody $50,000. $50,000 is not going to buy you anything. Guess what happened in most of those small black towns and those small white towns? The Cadillac companies made huge sales. It is not uncommon now to go to many farm towns and see Cadillacs all over the place. And everybody used to laugh about it because it was true. It was like they gave $50,000 to the descendants of these farmers. So you have 10 kids in a family that lost their farm in the 80s. They gave all of them $50,000. And what did they do in their small town? They didn't get back together and buy land. They went and bought Cadillacs and spent the money within a year.
And
majority of the towns.
And America doesn't own Cadillac. China bought the rights. So you're giving this stuff back. I'm just saying. Now China bought the patents for Cadillac. And what are you doing? You paying another country. You're not even paying. Okay.
Texas Highway. Perfect example. There's a joke. They say America's selling itself from under its feet. In Texas, they sell the highways that you've already paid with your taxes now and turn them into toll roads. And a Korean company owns them. The Korean name got put on the sign. People were outraged for a month. So they took the Korean name off and put back on Texas Highway. But you can go on the website and see where you can invest. Esther can invest. Monika can invest. We can all invest in the Texas Toll Highway. And many Koreans, because it's a Korean company now, are invested. So you're driving on roads that you paid with your tax money and giving that money to somebody else.
Right.
Same things happening in California, Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver. 80% of the people buying homes are Chinese investors. It's not Americans. So I think people are going to work every day. And instead of saying, oh man, I need to own something. I need to own something that pays me. They're going, I can't wait to get my money or get this raise so I can buy a new car. I can't wait to get that BMW. I can't wait to go see Beyonce. I cannot wait to get my hair done. I know a lady who gets a spa treatment. She gets her back massage, her toes, her feet, her nails, all that stuff done, and her hair done on Fridays because her husband thought it was great for her to do. Together, I worked at H&R Block. I saw what they made a year. Together, they make $50,000 a year. Together, their incomes together.
Let me go because let me just finish this up.
Okay.
Because I got a client.
While you're on a roll, do it. I'm gonna hang it up.
Okay, because I got a client, and then I got to go over that form. Okay, so. This is it, Monika. This is another reason. This is Robert Kiyosaki's, his thing, his motto. All right. So on the left-hand side, we got employees. You have a job. Down below, you're self-employed. You own a job. I personally want to stay on the right-hand quadrant, but that's me. But you have people who are business owners. You own a system that works for you. That's what you were saying, Ericka. And then investors, your money works for you. So we know investors. I was talking about real estate investors. There's people that invest in semi-precious stones, precious stones. You can invest in anything as long as it's making money. It doesn't necessarily have to be in real estate. I have my person who he manages my money. He manages the money for Argentina. He's what's called a financial or an institutional investor, which means he only invests for Fortune 500 companies with 100,000 employees or more. Well, that's way more than Fortune 500. And then he also invests money for countries. So anyway, you can cross this, right? Because you have Beyonce, she's self-employed. If Beyonce don't show up, we don't want to see her backup singers, right? We want to see Beyonce. But she is also an investor and she's also a business owner. You can be an employee and you can cross over. You know, I have a friend, he loves his job, but he's also an investor. He invests in real estate. I have other friends, they love their jobs, but they own businesses on the side. So with that being said, I'm going to take Monika off this. I'm going to put her on as the presenter, and you got about 3 minutes, Monika, to go over that you on mute, to go over that. Oh, I'm sorry, I stopped presenting to everybody. To go over that form.
I don't see
it. Oh, it's right here. I'm sorry. Can you see it now?
No.
You can. Can you see?
Your icon is dark. It's like black. It just has a name.
Present your screen, Esther.
I did. No, maybe I didn't. I'm sorry.
No, it says you presenting to everyone, but even when you was doing the other one, I didn't see anything.
Really? Did you see it, Ericka?
I can see it on my end, but I'm on a desktop. She may not be here.
Can you see it now?
No.
Okay.
It's somehow your I can't see you either.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So when you get on the desktop, I will include the link. You can make it a link, and I can include that link.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Or you can come back on. Come on back on. We on next week.
Woo woo.
Okay. And then we can present it. My client just texted me. She said, are you coming? So I'm letting her know I am ending this now. All right.
I actually have a client too. So
okay.
Late night.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop presenting this. We gotta say goodbye face to face. Dang, hold on. I'm so demanding. Anyway. Okay, can you see me now? I'm here.
You used to be there. I don't know what happened.
I think that's you see me, right, Ericka?
I see Ericka.
Okay, I'm here. I see. Oh, hold on.
Your thing might be when you're jumping, she can't see it. It's okay. When you're talking, it's making your face on her phone.
Okay. Well, everybody, this was Esther from Urban Asset Protection. Ericka, I'll let you say what your company is. I know it's Classy Climb, but you might have something else. And Monika, I'll let you in. You can take us on out. But Ericka, go on next. Thanks, everybody. We were talking about the gig economy versus quit your job. We had some solutions, some low end or not low end, some for people who want to keep their job mid-range, and some for individuals who are business owners, you know. And so, Ericka, you can give your closing, and then Monika, you can roll us on out.
Hey, everybody. This is Ericka from the Classy Climb blog. You can catch me at erickasbuyshouses.com. ErickaBuysLand.com. You can check me out at several other sites, Classy Climb School. Google any of these, or my website, ClassySCL.com. I blog, I talk about money, entrepreneurship, and just getting out of that rut of disbelief. You can do it. I love America. It's one of the greatest countries. We have a ton of problems, but we also have a ton of opportunity. And Monika, take us out.
Yeah, just don't get shot on that property, brothers. Make sure you got that paper in your hand. Anyway, go ahead.
High five. It's Monika with Tri-City Visionaries and my econ, where we work on income shifting and business strategies and cash flows. So if you want to reach me, tricityv, that's TRICITYV @gmail.com. Or you can inbox me on Facebook at Monika Lamb, MONIKA, last name Lamb, LAMB. Peace, y'all. It's been fun. Enjoy and go out there and watch a cash flow video.
Yeah, and everybody's links are going to be in that comment section. If you guys want to get in touch with us, I do 15-minute consults. If you have a quick question, it's free. You know, we do business credit. We do business credit not associated with your social security number. And we also do a lot of business formation if you need an LLC or a corp. And if you're interested in what I was saying about the real estate course, you know, it's $177, but it's a 5-hour webinar where it's hands-on, 1 hour a week till we finish up. And by that time, you'll be able to go get properties, you know, that are free in your community. And it does work. It does work. So, okay, everybody, I appreciate everyone's time. You were wonderful. And don't forget to Facebook me your links. Okay. Of how to get in contact with you, especially you, Monika. All right, peace, everybody. So we'll be on next Thursday, same time, same bat channel. And if you guys have any things you like us to cover, you know, drop your comments in the comment section on this video, and we'll get with you. We'll get at you. All right. Okay. Peace. I love doing that. Okay.